So I think Joe's gonna be with them.
Yeah. And what's the name of your band? Is it Joey?
Joey C EXP.
CXP, okay.
Yeah.
I was sure that's supposed to spell something out. CXP, just CXP.
I think technically it was supposed to be pronounced cat, but
Oh, okay.
everyone was just calling it CXP, so that's just what it is now.
Oh, okay. So you call your band Joey CXP?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Alright, we can space apart a little bit more.
Yeah, whatever you see in that screen, that's what's going on now. Yeah, so we're rolling. If it's nice enough, not being live, we can edit. So, all right, guys. So we got Joey CXP here.
What's up?
On a Saturday afternoon. Thanks for coming out, guys. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is figure out why you guys are here, why you pick up instruments, and where you're going with this. So you want to start?
Yeah,
Start with
definitely.
that one? Okay, cool. So all right. So tell me, what made you pick up the guitar in the first place?
Yeah, so when I was like really young, like 2, 3,
Yeah.
my dad bought me like this like tiny drum kit actually. It was like a drum kit, and I would just like bang on the drums. And my dad was a bassist. He like used to play with his band, and he just got me into like he used to like play music for me all the time. And from there, I was like he was like kind of just like music growing up. It was always a part of my life.
Wow.
So eventually, at a certain point, he was like, "All right, I'm gonna teach this kid some guitar." Because he knew bass, so he could teach me some guitar, but.
That's pretty cool. At 2 years old, I hear some kids like start banging on pots and pans at like 7, but you're like way ahead of that. So
Yeah.
2, you had a real drum set.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, actually, my like dad wanted me to learn drums first. Like he tried to take me to drum lessons, and then he's like, then they told me I was too young to learn drums. So then he's like, all right, I'm gonna just
Actually, you know, it's like, all right, let me just hold the stick instead of like a baby rattle, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay.
So my dad. Yeah.
So, wow, so it wasn't a Mickey Mouse drum set or Donald Duck, it was actually a real drum set?
No, it was like this mini, like tiny, like kid drum set. Yeah, it was like this big. It was like a bass kit. The kick was like this big.
Yeah. So would you actually learn how to like count 4/4? Or you
Yeah.
just banging on?
Oh, I think it was banging on it myself.
At 2 years old?
Nothing crazy. Yeah. Good.
All right, cool. So you started off actually playing the drums, right, when you were like 2, like you said.
Yeah.
And then how do you evolve into actually? If it's nice enough, not being live, we can edit. So, all right, guys. So we got Joey CXP here.
What's up?
On a Saturday afternoon. Thanks for coming out, guys. Really appreciate
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having us.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is figure out why you guys are here, why you pick up instruments, and where you're going with this. So you want to start?
Yeah,
Start with that
definitely.
one. Okay, cool. So all right. So tell me, what made you pick up the guitar in the first place?
Yeah, so when I was like really young, like 2, 3,
Yeah.
my dad bought me like this like tiny drum kit actually. It was like a drum kit, and I would just like bang on the drums. And my dad was a bassist. He like used to play with his band, and he just got me into like he used to like play music for me all the time. And from there, I was like he was like kind of just like music growing up. It was always a part of my life.
Wow.
So eventually, at a certain point, he was like, "All right, I'm gonna teach this kid some guitar." Because he knew bass, so he could teach me some guitar, but.
That's pretty cool. At 2 years old, I hear some kids like start banging on pots and pans at like 7, but you're like way ahead of that. So at 2, you had a real drum set.
Yeah, too. Yeah.
Cool.
Well, actually, my dad wanted me to learn drums first. Like he tried to take me to drum lessons, and then he's like, and then they told me I was too young to learn drums. So then he's like, all right, I'm gonna.
Actually, you know, it's like, all right, let me just hold the stick instead of like a baby rattle, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay.
So my dad.
So it's like,
Yeah.
So wow, so it wasn't a Mickey Mouse drum set or Donald Duck, it was actually a real drum set?
No, it was like this mini, like tiny, like kid drum set. Yeah, it was like this big. It was like a bass kit. The kick was like this big.
Yeah. So would you actually learn how to like count 4/4? Or you
Yeah.
just banging on?
Oh, I think it was banging on it myself.
At 2 years old?
Nothing crazy. Yeah. Good.
All right, cool. So you started off actually playing the drums, right, when you were like 2, like you said.
Yeah.
And then how do you evolve into actually playing guitar and singing? Because that obviously takes some skill to do. You know.
Yeah. So then when I was like, and then like as I got older, my dad was like, I wasn't taking real drum lessons, and my dad played bass and he could play guitar, so he could teach. He taught me some guitar when I was like around like 6, 7, and then he bought me an electric guitar for Christmas, and then from there it was kind of just like picking it up every day, and like and then like through my whole, grade school career, just like
get home from school,
that was my thing, just playing.
Yeah. Blasting it. Yeah, that's what I still love. My favorite part is turning really loud, piss everybody off in the house, the neighbors. That's the fun part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like singing and songwriting was just like I was a big fan of Green Day.
Oh, were you really?
Yeah. So and they were really inspirational to me, like writing and everything. Made me want to write my own songs and like sing them and perform them. And
no, that's cool. You ever see some of the old school Green Day videos, or like out standing outside the schoolyards and we told them? Like,
oh yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, so it seems like that's kind of some of your influence, like Green Day, like the '90s style punk and stuff.
Yeah, heavy influence like Green Day. Growing up was like a big one, and some '80s stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I like the '80s punk too. So so how do you actually, or when did you first put your first actual band together? Where you started playing out?
Yeah, I think the first thing I started doing was like actually performing in front of like live audiences was probably high school. Yeah, we
Gunpowder and gasoline, dude.
yeah in high school like freshman year they did these shows.
Yeah.
Our teacher, Mr. Fenster, used to do like he used to put on these like unplugged shows, kind of like MTV Unplugged type
Oh,
thing.
that's pretty cool.
And then all the students could perform. So
Yeah.
I remember getting a song together. It was me, my other friend Matt from high school, and Brendan, and we were like perform. I think what was the first song we ever did there?
Novocaine?
Oh yeah, Give Me Novocaine.
Oh, you
A
did?
Green Day song, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So the teachers are probably like, "What's that noise? What is this?" And you know, it's unplugged, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, that's awesome. So then that was like your first performance. Then you actually started a real band when you started playing out like in high school, or was it like later on? Or?
Yeah, and then in high school, eventually, like that like group of kids who would play those shows would just get together, play bands on the weekends, and then we would just like find places. We played like we played some shows like we played one in New Hope with like a metal band that we had.
Yeah.
We just like bands on and off here and there, like everyone forming bands.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So it seems like now you actually have a good trio going. You're pretty serious about this band, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
how'd you guys all hook up and how'd you meet the drummer and the bass player? What's the story behind that?
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, Brendan, he's been with me since I was like we've known each other since we were like
Oh,
in
wow.
high school, yeah.
Oh.
And like he literally used to live across the street
Okay.
until he moved.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So for practice, literally walk across the street, right? You don't have to worry
Yeah.
about driving 30, 50 miles away.
Yeah, yeah. And then Dylan, we've gone through like quite a few drummers, and Dylan's like our newest add to the mix, and he's just like honestly the chemistry with him is great. So it's pretty sweet having around, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll get down there next. So, all right. So this is I see you're on Spotify, you're on Instagram, YouTube. Where else are you at? That's who you're on.
Yes, Instagram, Spotify, Twitter, YouTube, like
Any
everything.
music distribution.
Anyone you could think of, any social media you could
That's
think of.
smart. Just put
Facebook.
yourself out there. More the better. You know.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, I appreciate that. Let's pass it down to Brandon. So, how did you get into playing the bass?
Like Joe,
Yeah.
I came up in a family. Mom and dad both musicians. Mom's a choir teacher.
Oh, wow.
Dad's playing guitar for over 40 years now.
Wow.
And so my first instrument was piano.
Okay.
And took lessons, classically trained all the way up until high school. And then I had this thing where I'd just go into people's houses. Like my friends would have like an electric keyboard or something,
Yeah.
and then I would start playing around with sounds.
Yeah.
And then I got my first iPhone 5, and that had a little music production like app
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
And I found out, dude, I can combine these sounds
Yeah.
on top of each other, and all of
Yeah,
a sudden
like
like, I
tracking
can create like
everything.
this
Yeah.
production.
Yeah, that's cool.
So then I got into music production,
Yeah.
and so Joe and I linked up as
Yeah.
Joe's like, yo, like, you actually know how to like do stuff on computer, and I
Yeah.
know how to play guitar, so
Yeah.
let's try to make something. And so that's when we made Stargazer. And how I got into playing bass was all throughout that time period is I kept making my own productions, and I actually picked up the bass as part of me trying to be a one-man band. Is because I was already playing guitar like back in high school, and I was singing and playing piano and stuff. So I already had the trifecta,
Yeah.
but then I needed a bottom end for my
Right.
productions.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
I was like, all right, my friend back in community college, he left this bass at my house really,
Yeah.
and I was like, all right, let me try learning this thing.
Yeah.
And Joe, just literally like 2 months ago now, he's like, yo, can you pick up the bass for the band? Actually, I was playing lead guitar, and then he's like, "Can you pick up the bass?" And we actually found out it was actually a perfect marriage because I could focus more on backing him up with vocals and
Yeah, your
being the bottom
sounds
of the
pretty tight.
bass.
To do vocals, it definitely has like a completion to it. I see how more tight it sounds, and it just sometimes
it sounds so
vocals
much
have
better
maybe
now,
what's
yeah.
missing. And a lot of people say, "Oh, you really need bass. It's important." When I say, "Well, we'll take the bass out of it, listen to it, or turn the bass down. Tell me what it sounds like." Sometimes the bass players they get no credit. No, you guys are well on 4 strings.
Yeah,
no, there's a reason for the bass. You know,
I love it. Yeah,
Yeah, and that's
fun.
so cool that you started as like an actual musician, went into bass. Because so many people just pick it up because they need a bass player, they don't even know why. Oh, we just need a bass player, you start playing, then they hit on, open E.
Yeah, no, you kind of start out as a guitar player with fake confidence for the bass.
Right.
You're like, I know how to hit frets. So like,
It's too much strings. How long could it be?
Right, you have to understand why is the bass or is there a reason for the bass.
yeah.
Just because a lot of it sounds the same, but it's really important.
That's level 2.
Right, it really.
When you actually understand what a bass does.
Exactly. Until you take it out, and then you don't get it. So, all right, let's play without the bass. Oh, yeah, now it's off. But yeah, no, that's cool. So it sounds like you definitely started off early in music too, as younger and as you grew into it. So, are you planning to stick with the bass, or you're kind of just gonna be whatever?
No, dude, I'm gonna master all the instruments.
There you go.
I'm on a quest.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm gonna master all of them. It's my grand quest.
Love it.
Yeah.
That's cool. No limit. Don't limit yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna master all the genres, all the instruments.
All right.
There's no limits to my musicianship.
Love that attitude. That's cool. That's cool. So,
If I want in my production, I'll learn it.
no, man, love it. Especially now with all, the internet and everything, you can just find out whatever you need to know, Look it up. So,
Yeah.
all right, cool. Now let's take it over to the drummer. So, how'd you start banging on pots and pans?
Actually, I think, I'm not sure if it was, I think I did that maybe, probably when I was like 3 or 4, but eventually later on, I eventually, like when I was watching concert DVDs with my parents back then, I think one of them that particular came to my mind was they always put Fleetwood Mac and Dance on, so I was always just looking at the drummer, tapping along, doing that. And then while my best friend, he's at home, he's still one of my best friends today, he started taking guitar lessons. We were probably, I think it was maybe going summer when we were going into our 5th grade, so I was like 11 years old. And I was like, wow, that's like pretty cool. I said, if you're doing that, what if I play drums? Just like that, like we could be a band or something. That'd be pretty cool to do. So,
Yeah, definitely.
and then later on, I remember my father telling me, saying, I just remember when you were younger, just constantly saying, I want to play drums, I want to play drums, I want to play drums. No exact reason or anything,
Somehow
but
it's
just,
easier to play the drums, right?
yeah, so then I
stop and you start banging away.
yeah, so I started taking lessons when I was, like I said, I was 11 years old, I was in 5th grade.
Yeah.
And I kind of, like some of the, just the basic rudiments and everything, it clicked to me like pretty quickly. I wasn't like stumbling around or, and then over time I took lessons throughout when I was, from then on throughout high school, and I learned all the advanced stuff. I learned pretty much a variety of, like heavy or
Like metal?
like just basically all sorts of rock, like classic rock. Like my drum teacher, I remember there was a lot of Led Zeppelin, John Bonham's kind of like beats as well. That, also like rhythm and blues stuff. There was some jazz beats and some syncopation stuff I learned as well. And after I graduated high school, I was saying, I'm going to be off going to college. I'm not going to have time to do lessons. I remember my drum teacher saying, well, I don't really know what more I can teach you. You know all this.
Taking them, right?
Yeah, so then when I was younger too, with my friend, going back a little bit, every time I invited friends over, I always tell my one friend, like, I'll bring your guitar. So probably annoyed my friends crazy the other time. They came over, hang out, watching a sport game or playing a video game or something. Him and I were just jamming, mostly like Blink-182 or like some of the pop punk stuff from the 90s, and we would just constantly do that throughout every time we were hanging out. And then when after college and everything, I started, because when I was younger, my mindset was always, I only want to play with friends. And then I realized that once I started getting older, my friends started went a little different direction, and that's when I found out about these different things like Bandmax, Facebook groups that people post all sorts of music stuff. It's actually how I found Joe and Brendan. I just
Facebook group, what was it on?
It was called New Jersey Musicians Wanted.
Okay,
so,
that was pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, Joe posted about what they were doing, covers originals, pop, a lot of like pop punk from that style, and I was like, hey, that's all I listened to when I was growing up, and first rehearsal actually were pretty
Like that.
but yeah, our songs were like pretty tight for the first time we played through them. So
Yeah, you think right away, like when you have to interview other bandmates, like it's like yes or no. Right? So
We had
some other
we
bands.
had some wild drummers.
We did. We were like, okay, guys.
Yeah,
I can imagine, but yeah, it's cool to get quick like that.
Yeah.
Usually you know right away.
yeah, and
That's awesome.
And unlike Joe and Brendan, I didn't grow up in a household of musicians. Well, my father played guitar when maybe a little bit, like here and there when he was probably in college or so. But after that, in my mind, like no one in my family really played an instrument, and I always wanted to do something different. Like, and everyone that I know of when they want to start playing an instrument, it seemed like, I mean, no offense to anybody, but everyone always says, "Oh, I want to play guitar."
Yeah, you're right. Guitar. Everybody wants to be the cool guy doing solos.
So I wanted something different. That was another reason too. I was like, I want to play drums.
No, that's awesome. That's a pretty good story. So was this your first actual band, or is it like?
No, I was doing stuff with another group as well in a few months prior, and I played a couple shows here and there. One was at my local town. Locally, it was like the Elks Club. I just knew someone there.
Oh, okay.
We did something at Icarus Brewing in Lakewood actually at one point as well.
Okay,
And then we did a very short 30-minute set at the Stone Pony like a few months ago. That was they had about I think they had like over 10 bands throughout the whole afternoon and stuff. It's supposed to be like a whole punk.
Like a little fest thing.
Fest.
Yeah. No, that's cool. All right, so definitely, you guys definitely sound like you have a lot of musical background, starting off that young. So it's collaboration. It's probably amazing when you guys write songs. You probably just put all your ideas together. So, all right, awesome guys. Thanks for coming out again. So let's tell everybody, where's the best place to find you guys? Like, what do you prefer? YouTube?
Yeah, definitely Spotify, iTunes, just Joey C EXP. YouTube, we got music videos up there. We got a new one coming. It'll probably be out by the time this is posted.
Oh, cool. Another album coming out.
Yeah.
And so you guys plan on have any tours booked or anything coming up? Or are you still in the works?
Yeah, we have. I have a new single coming out on April 26th. It's a little mellowed down from what our usual stuff is.
Yeah.
It's a cool song, kind of. And then
Sweet.
we have a couple shows. We have a show tomorrow actually.
Oh, nice. Where at?
Andy Coffee, Somerville.
Oh, nice.
It's like a coffee shop. We're doing it acoustically, and then we got another show June 3rd. This big pop punk summer festival thing that I put together in Flemington, New Jersey.
Sweet. Oh, you put it together?
Yeah, actually
nice.
did.
That's cool. Sure.
Good
the local bands going.
Yeah, so.
All right, guys, don't check these guys out. They're going to play 3 songs here. They're going to pick the 3 best ones, and they'll introduce each song, tell you a little story why they wrote it or what it's about. Other than that, check them out, guys. They're awesome.
Cool.
You guys want to say? Are we good?
Yeah, I think I got everything.
All right, cool.
Rock on.
Rock on.
Let's go.
Right? Alright, cool. Alright, this first song is called Sick of It. This is our latest release. If you're angry, then this is the tune to listen to.
You're fed up with it.
You're fed up, angry, all of the above. Get it down.
Lord, and peace, and so it
fell and now suddenly I've been getting stuck to one hand and five. Baby, I'm feeling now it's time, yeah. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Sick of all the bullshit, sick of all the lies, sick of always telling me I'm sick of it. From my heart in pieces and torn into a demon. She got swords with makeup, chokers and faded teachers. From my heart in pieces and torn into a demon. She got swords with makeup, chokers and faded. I'm not sick of it yet. Maybe 1,000 more times I'll be sick of it. Alright, this next song, we're gonna do the first single that we put out for Joey C EXP. It's called Stargazer. It's basically just like a love song. You see like a girl at a party, like you're in love, but it's not really love.
And you see her walking.
Yeah.
You recognize who it is.
It reminds you of that person. Yeah, I hear you there now. Cool. Alright, this last song is, this next song, final song is called Scars. This is more of a rock anthem, and this is kind of just whatever. I really wrote this song when I was like difficult times, and I just moved back from like school, and I was living at home, and I was like really in a darker place. So it kind of shows in the song, but this is Scars, and kind of it has kind of like a feeling of hope that there's a brighter end at the end of the tunnel. This is Scars. Carries the shit everywhere I go. Weighing down the feelings that I know. Tattooed on my skin until I die, yeah. Breaking out the demons in my mind, yeah. Now I'm so wasted. Got a hole in my heart that you made it. Love is getting faded. And the scars are the only thing remaining. 1, 2, 1. Now you're gone and I'm getting wasted. Where these scars are my favorite places. These scars never fading. And I know that I can't escape it. Now you're gone and I'm getting wasted. Where these scars are my favorite places. These scars never fading. And I know that I can't escape it. I'll hide these scars from everyone I need. The reaper in my head is telling me I'm not the only person with these scars, yeah. Playing with my feelings in the dark, yeah. Now I'm so wasted. Got a hole in my heart, yeah, you made it. Yeah, this love is getting faded. And the scars are the only things remaining. Now you're gone and I'm getting wasted. I wear the scars to my favorite bracelet. And the scars never fading. And I know that I can't escape it. Now you're gone and I'm getting wasted. I wear these scars to my favorite bracelet. And the scars never fading. And I know that I can't escape it. Go, yeah. You know I'm a rock star, working on 9 to 5, trying to heal these scars. I cannot hide it. I feel so trapped on the inside. Never wanna come down when I'm inside. Rock star, working on 9 to 5, trying to heal these scars, but I cannot hide it. I feel so trapped on the inside. Never wanna come down when I'm blessed up. Now you're gone and I'm getting wasted. But it's hard to my favorite bracelet. And the scars never fading. And I know that I can't escape it. Now you're gone and I'm getting wasted. But it's hard to my favorite bracelet. And the scars never fading. And I know that I can't escape it. That was great.
So I accidentally hit this live stream button. Honestly, I didn't notice anything.
What happened?
So during the fiddle, I was going like this, and
You know what? You're a showman, you just roll with it.
Landed right in.
That's why you're good.